I get to the jump and I'm going up it, I catch an edge, and then from that point on, I don't remember it. From catching the edge until like the beginning of March. That period of my life is gone. I don't know where that went.
I got a call from the school, and they said your son has been in an accident, and the first thing I'm thinking is, well, maybe a broken leg or an arm.
It was a phone call that you don't want. It was a cell phone, and just saying I needed to go to UMass, and Nicholas was in an accident.
The helmet was a concern for me because he didn't have a helmet during the accident.
At that point, I got very calm, which is unusual for me.
I don't know if I remember the words I said. I think we just looked at each other and hugged, you know? Just didn't know what to do.
He basically was in a coma and couldn't communicate with us, so.
And when we went in, he was, of course, hooked up to every machine, and the bruises, and his head was out to here, and it was just an incredible shock.
When I went to see him, it was a big shock to me because I didn't know exactly what happened to him or what he went through.
They said you should first start planning weeks instead of days for your stay at the hospital.
My wife or I stayed every night, right from then till 85 days later.
I have a lot of good dear friends that are doctors, and they highly suggested Franciscan's Children's Hospital.
I remember people at UMass and doctors in this neighborhood that we're very friendly with highly recommending Franciscan.
They're awesome. They're very humble, very caring.
It was a people-oriented place.
They said they were going to put him on a strict program with a lot of therapy.
I remember the therapist saying, you know, we have him going all day, and we walk by his room at night when he's supposed to be resting, and he's doing weights and extra things in there, and that's what went on every day. It was long days for him.
I couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't swallow, couldn't feed myself.
The first time he sat up, it was with two people supporting him, but he sat up in bed for, I think it was probably 8 minutes.
You know, each tube that came out, each machine that went off, each monitor that went off was a huge deal.
One day, I was in a wheelchair at Franciscan's, and I said to my mom, am I gonna ever be able to walk again? And she said, of course you are. Right then I realized that I would be okay.
I basically just tried to keep good energy around me and stay positive and be optimistic.
Well, I knew all along he was gonna be okay, because they said that he wasn't gonna be able to like walk again on his own and all that stuff. But I knew it's like the Prefontaines have a big drive to do things. When they're told that we can't do something, then it's a bigger drive that we have to achieve it.
For someone that came in as devastated as he was, and the limited amount of things that he was able to do, he made some quick progress.
Nick was very, very focused. He was always joking, always cooperative, but he had a very specific task in mind.
The goal was to run out, and that was the goal from as soon as he could communicate.
The whole team, along with the parents, worked very hard to get those goals to happen.
The lesson is to just spend that extra quarter of a second to think about stuff before you act. That day, I wasn't thinking. Like, I just flew down, no fear, just go off. And I'm not saying have fear, like be scared, ooh, you know, I'm not saying that, but just take that quarter of a second to just think before you do something stupid. You know, speed and ice don't mix.
So it makes everybody appreciate, I think, what we've got. And life is so short.
We all appreciate one another a lot more. Not that we didn't before, but, you know, even more so today.
We know what our goals are inside of us, so once we get those, then it's good to go.
I'm extremely lucky, not unlucky, because what happened that day, February 5th, 2003, I'm extremely lucky to come out of it on the other side.